So hello, Hillary. It is good to see you again. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How
Good.
are you?
I'm doing very well. Let's jump right into it. Why don't you tell me about the best thing that happened to you this past week?
The best thing that happened?
Yes.
Well, my cousin's in town, so I've been able to hang out with him. So that's been pretty much the highlight of my week, just like hanging out, going to the city, and eating good food, and just like hanging out with my family.
Awesome. That sounds great. So why don't you tell me the best thing that happened has to do with your goals? Like I know the two goals we had last week was setting time apart for more writing, and also you wanted to start running more. So you can pick either one. Why don't you tell me how one of those went?
So we'll talk about the writing because I unfortunately did not start the other goal slash like think about it.
Okay.
Even though I should have, I just didn't. So I wanted to start writing every day, spending an hour, 2 hours, just like writing letters, journaling, typing up a blog, like anything like that. Yeah. And I probably would say I accomplished 50% of my goal. Like, I wasn't able to write every day, but when I did write on a certain day, it was for like an extended period of time. I sent a lot of letters, which I try to do weekly. So I like reached my weekly goal and sent like 7 letters. So I was pretty happy about that. However, I need to be more focused on like the variety of writing that I'm doing specifically.
Okay. Well, that sounds really great to me. I mean, you said you missed a couple days, but the days you did get, you got a lot done, which I think's really, really good, making up for lost time. Why don't you tell me about one of those days that it went very well, where you got a lot of writing done? Why don't you tell me what happened and kind of what was different compared to the other days?
Yeah, so what was different is I work for a startup company, so I have a lot of work to do, and I caught a break one morning, so I was able to take that extra time that I usually work and decide to transition into letter writing, so or even just journaling in general. So when I finished my work, I was able to like start my day with doing something that I wanted instead of just jumping into work.
That sounds awesome. It sounds like you're really good with your time management skills. You had a chunk of time and you really took advantage of that. Would you agree to that?
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like it's definitely one of my strengths is my time management, especially with working for a startup company and having to like devote my time to certain things.
That's awesome. So, why don't you tell me about one of the days maybe things weren't so successful?
Well, I didn't start my running.
Okay, well, still on with writing.
Oh, with writing.
Yeah.
I think it all has to do with the time management thing. On the days that I have to like be in the office, they're definitely more draining, so I'm more prone to working on my job like for that extended period of time versus when I work from home, it's like, okay, I can take an hour to do my writing and then work, 8+ hours. That's where I'm with the office. I don't really get a break.
Yeah.
So I would have to say that's my off, like that's my struggle.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, it's got to be really, really tough being in the office, especially for a startup company, having a lot to do and always busy. So kind of out of 0 to 100%, what do you think your percentage is for your success? Your success percentage for kind of this week. I think you said it earlier, but I just want to reassure.
Yeah, I would say 50%.
Okay, 50%. That's awesome. Halfway there. Fantastic.
Sorry.
What's wrong?
Did you ask me something else? You got frozen.
Oh, no, that's good.
Okay.
So, all right. So let's talk about your other goal, which was
running.
Yeah, I've written down you wanted to run 1 to 3 miles 2 to 3 times a week.
Mhm.
So, tell me about that.
Didn't do it.
Didn't do it at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
And to be honest, it was because I'm lazy and the weather was terrible. It like snowed in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, not about to go outside. And it rained pretty much the whole week, and so I'm a baby when it comes to weather. So we have a treadmill. I just prefer running outside.
I gotcha. That sounds really tough, though. Kind of, you can't really control the weather on that one.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I don't know. So weather was really bad. So, you said lazy. Do you think it's You think it was majority because of the weather, or maybe you didn't have time for it, or did you have time and you just were like, I don't know if I want to.
I want to say I could make time for it.
Okay.
If I really wanted to do it, I don't think my time should be an excuse. Even though I want it to be, I don't think it should be.
I gotcha. Okay. Is it okay if we kind of go more into that?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
So, kind of like, what's the reasoning behind this health goal? Why do you want to start running more?
Why do I want to start running more? Well, I have a medical condition, so my body needs constant exercise. So without it, like I could put myself in like kind of a hard situation for my body specifically. So just for the health benefit of it, I mean, it's not to lose weight or anything. Like I don't need to lose weight, but just kind of to keep my body like in motion.
Interesting. Wow, that sounds like a lot of pressure riding on you for that.
Mhm.
Internal health. Okay. So, just want to make sure I got this all down. So, it's a medical condition, you need constant exercise in order to have internal health, and it's not to lose weight.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't need to lose weight.
Okay.
Did you get that? It's not.
Yeah. It's all about internally, not necessarily. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, what do you think some strengths you might have, and some things you can use to your advantage, like moving forward, like after this week, to maybe try and accomplish this goal of yours?
Yeah, so, like, I definitely need to work on, like, my determination and my motivation.
Okay.
And I need to set my priorities straight. So instead of spending, like, an hour on my phone, I should just spend an hour running or working out.
Okay. So you said running or working out. Would you maybe want, instead of running, you could do something more like weight training? Would that be something you'd rather do, just because weather and everything won't be as much as an obstacle, or strictly running?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you could just say physical activity
Okay.
then.
So physical activity, 2 to 3 times a week. Okay. So you said you want to work on your motivation, determination, priorities. What do you think some strengths you already possess you can use to move forward, instead of things you need to work on, something you already have that you can maybe start to use towards your advantage?
Sorry, you got cut off that whole entire thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. So instead of so you said motivation, determination, priorities are things you want to work on and need to do better with. What are some strengths you already possess that you could use to your advantage for this goal? So you said earlier you're good with time management.
Time management, yeah. So it'd probably be time management again.
Okay. How do you think you can use time management?
Well, excuse me, with my job, I have to set time aside to specific tasks. So if I do that with my whole entire day, that might be better.
Okay. So that sounds like a really good idea. Kind of, you're working, you have a very busy job because it's a startup. You have to prioritize everything and have that time for, to get everything done throughout the day. And maybe, like you said, to have, instead of just for your job, your whole day, so you can time, when you have to go to work, when you can get some writing done, and when you can also work out. It's really good.
Yeah, thanks.
So tell me about. You tell me that you have to kind of commute to work, and also you can work from home. Tell me about your environments and kind of how might they
My
help you move forward in kind of achieving your goal to have more physical activity throughout the week.
Evan, Evan, I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's your connection or my connection, but like I hear one word.
Okay, here, 1 second. I'll call you back.
I'm just
Okay.
checking my Wi-Fi too.
It's all good. Here, let me call you back. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, is this better?
Yeah, I think so. As long as I'm not breaking up.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Awesome. Okay, so that's taken care of. So last question I had was, or the question before was, tell me about the environments you are. You told me how you kind of commute from work and everything. Tell me about what kind of advantages your environments might have to kind of have you move forward in your health goal.
I'm definitely at a disadvantage for my health goal because I commute to work, so I have to wake up at 5:30. I get on the train at 7:30. Walk to work, sit in an office, and then walk home. So I'm commuting for basically like 3 hours out of my day, which pretty much sucks.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay, so wake up early, 5 a.m. You gotta go to the train and you gotta walk to work. Is it a long walk to work or is it pretty close to the where the train drops you off?
It's about 0.8 miles, so it's a pretty good walk, which like it's good exercise,
Yeah.
but like not what I want.
Okay. So I'm just writing this all down. So train, walk, work. Okay. What about at home when you work from home?
Work from home environment's pretty good. The house is pretty quiet. My sister works. My parents work, so I'm just pretty much home with the dog.
Okay.
The dog could be annoying, but nothing. It's a good environment.
Awesome. So do you think you walk around more at home or while you're kind of at the office?
At home.
Okay. Do you get a choice of whether you want to work at the office or at home, or is it kind of up to your boss?
It's up to my boss.
Okay. All right. Sorry, 1 second. So let's say kind of you said at home you kind of walk around a little bit more. Has there ever been a time when you kind of had the option to be kind of more laid back or kind of relaxed that you've decided to like maybe go for a walk or maybe play with the dog or some way to get some physical activity in?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So when I have it more of my way, I tend to like get up, like kind of go about my day, work out, like do a little bit of my job and then take a break like mid-morning and go for a run or like do some squats and work out that way.
Okay. So do you think this helps like kind of why do you decide to, get up and move around rather than just kind of, maybe lay down or relax?
It definitely keeps my energy going for when I have to work because if I like sit down and watch TV or like lay down and take a nap, I'm just going to be, for me personally, I get more tired.
Okay. Awesome. So kind of the more you move around, the more energy you get.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So I would love to go over some brainstorming ideas to kind of maybe help you move forward to kind of accomplish your goal, and they could be, what we're gonna do, kind of a little bouncing kind of ideas off. So I'll say an idea, or the one of us will say an idea, and then the other one will say an idea, and kind of at the end you can pick one. And let's try and come up with 6 possible ideas. Is that okay? 6 sound good?
Yeah, for what was the question? 6 possible ideas for what?
So just brainstorming of how you can kind of move forward. So if I decided to go first, I could say if you work from home, maybe like every hour you can take maybe a 5 to 10 minute walk.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you're getting your work done, but then you also get a little bit of physical activity in. And it doesn't have to be in a row, but you get something in to kind of, like you said, keep your body moving, keep that energy up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what's an idea you might have in order to get that physical activity in like you wanted?
I guess I'm just misunderstanding the question. Like, I have to come up with 6.
No, you don't come up with all 6. I'll come up with half of them. So I said every hour you can take a 10-minute walk. So that's one way you can kind of balance your work at home, but then also get in a little bit of physical activity on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you could say an idea of how you can get something in, like maybe, another idea is, you can walk the dog maybe a couple times a week, just kind of to get your body walking around.
Yeah, that could be it. So instead of like just letting the dog out, I would physically take him out.
Okay. So walk dog. It's a good idea. So walk dog instead of taking him out. Okay. And so maybe this one might be tough, but all ideas are good here. So maybe for days you have to go to work, you maybe can take a longer route to work. I don't know how good that is, like, kind of on what time you get there, but maybe to get a little...
Yeah, or I could take, like, a mid-lunch break. Like, instead of, like, staying at my desk to eat, I could, like, take my lunch somewhere and, like, go eat.
Great idea. A little lunch walk. Okay. So, my turn. Maybe if you have to do, like, a conference call, you could do it standing up instead of sitting down.
Yeah, I tend to do that a lot.
Fantastic. Okay, and one more idea. What do you think?
Maybe even after work, like a late night walk or just like late night stretches, like before I go to bed, like just to relax myself.
Okay, great idea. Okay, so out of those 6 ideas, I'll read them back to you. Do you want to maybe pick a couple of them out that you can start doing for next week? There was
I know which ones. I should do the dog thing.
Okay.
And the lunch break walk.
Awesome. And so, how often would you like to do these for next week?
Probably 2 to 3 times.
Okay. 2 to 3 times each, or one more than the other?
2 to 3 times each.
Okay. Awesome. So, and over what period of time would you like to kind of do this? Or maybe till next week we can talk about it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, walk the dog instead of taking them out. Take a lunch walk 2 to 3 times a week. Sorry.
Can you send me a couple of these notes too after the call?
Oh, of course, yes.
Thanks.
So, what do you think you need in order to help keep you on these tracks with these goals?
What do you think I need?
Yeah, like what's something that you can kind of use to your advantage in order to make sure, hey, I'm going to walk the dog instead of taking him out?
I just need to remind myself to take breaks.
So, reminder. What's a way you can remind yourself by having those reminders?
I don't really know, other than like, because I don't want somebody to call me and be like, oh, take the dog out. It's just like more of like myself. Like, I just have to be like really, really, really determined determined and like motivated, and I just have to do it.
Okay, so maybe write things, like you said, you're really good with time management. Maybe write things down to kind of remind yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And so on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being you're 100% confident you're going to accomplish these goals, and 1 being not really that confident, where do you think you're at?
Probably 5, 50-50.
Okay. So 5 out of 10. So why a 5 and not like a 3 or a 4?
Wait, I thought you said 3 or 4 is bad.
Yeah, no. So you picked a 5. Why not a 3 or a 4? It's like, why do you say higher than those numbers?
Oh, because I want to make a change.
Okay. All right. So 1 second. Okay, I think that's a really great goal for you, and I think you have, like you said, you have the tools to do it. You seem very, very motivated. You said you can write things down. That's awesome.
Mhm.
So that's all we have for this session. So would next week at the same time work for you?
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay, and is there anything in the future that you'd like me to work on for our future sessions?
Yeah, probably just like in the middle of the week, like plan for this day specifically and let's pinpoint a time.
Okay.
Because I might need to change it.
Sounds good. So I will contact you maybe Wednesday and see kind of how your schedule's going, and we can find a time.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and good luck with your goals.
Thanks. Love you, Evan.
Love you too.